Just one foe can turn all potential friends against you. If you keep your enemies closer than your friends, the social distancing that stands between you and your friends makes them more easy to fool about your nature since they aren't sufficiently familiar and knowledgeable of you. In the world of disclosure, a virus prevails, coalienation and infiltration. There is a greater causation of division amongst groups of friends once the infiltration of a propagandist begins with the intent to malignantly cause isolation, negative beliefs, and separation. This defined antisocial conquering of parties thus results in the consequent idea that the adage "keep your friends close, and your enemies closer" applies itself therein. Greater social distance or unawareness of the nature and authentic essence of an individual, soul or group of souls is a key factor as for the amount of gullibility placed in a rival propagandist and friendship-threatening antagonist and how quickly such persons will be deceived. A soup of diverging factors applies also to the ideas as to why adversarial relationships develop. Firstly, in addition to the grueling suffering generated from hatred, enmity and spite, as well as shades leaning more towards scornfulness, in all possible definitions of such archetypal emotional states defined under an umbrella of antipathy, it is crucial to understand as to the intrapersonal, interpersonal, and trauma-based parts of the whole sum of the parts of not only the causation but as well the interim and consequences of ego projecting negatively harbored sentiments onto another party. Secondly, we will now list briefly the factors involved in forming adversarial relationships on a basis or point of view of perceived correlated statistics. Such factors include the experiences of a being, personal objections, beliefs and views, opinions, and lastly, the degree of more or less pathologically defined thinking patterns and frameworks of consciousness, which can correlate to the amount of general relational turbulence and animosity, in daily life. For example, narcissism, envy. Psychological defenses against disinformation related to a group of souls or an individual can be a saving grace against potential slandering and defamation. Unfortunately, such persons can become isolated in the sense that they are alone in seeing the illusion for what it is. Moreover, there is a conflict of coalienation, or point, in which differing information sources all claim that counternarratives are disinformation and that they are the sole perpetuators of the truth. Attachment to a perspective can cause ripple effects in the zeitgeist of the perception of an individual. All in all, we speculate that anyone, of any age or origin, can infiltrate a group of persons either for good, uniting and uplifting goals, or for bad, division and separation. We judge that discernment is key and even core to the outcome of adversarial beliefs.